What is happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with NEVERsate.com, and welcome to this week's training video where it is going to be extremely hot, extremely sweaty, and mainly strongman. So all of the training should be pretty fast, explosive, and fun to watch. But before we get into that, I do need to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by the good people over at Kove. Now, if you watch a video for any amount of time, you will know that I do not promote anything that I do not regularly use, and I've worked with Kove for years with their speakers. It actually started out with the very first generation of their commuter, moved on to the second generation. You guys have heard me talk about both of them, and now Kove has stepped up their game with the Kove Casita, which is actually a boombox. So obviously a lot bigger sound. Now this speaker in particular is 60 watts and it is water resistant as well as has a really long battery life. So it should last you pretty much all day. And then of course, as always, when talking about Kove, it is loud. Now this new Kove speaker is unique because of the M button, which I foolishly first thought just stood for mute. But it actually stands for mode because there are three of them. You have a standard, an outdoor, as well as a 3D, so you can actually match the sound coming out of the speaker to the environment that you're using it in, and I do absolutely feel like that makes a difference. So if you are in the market for a speaker currently, you can save yourself 67% for the rest of the month by using the code AUDIO67 or by clicking the link in the description box down below. Like I said, guys, I have been using Kove speakers for quite a few years now, and the very first one that I ever received is holding up just as well as a brand new one, and I am ruffling stuff. I use these things for absolutely everything from when I'm getting ready in the shower to absolutely all the manual labor that I do outside. I'm always listening to ebooks or podcasts or trying to learn in some sort of way, and having a portable speaker is massively, massively important to me. So I thank not only Kove for giving the speaker, but also for just helping support the channel and just doing all the things you've done over the years to help me out. If you are on the market, click the link in the description box below. All right, so now on to today's training. I'm gonna start throwing up some of my early giant sets of my warm-ups, but while I'm doing that, I want to talk to you guys about the question of the week, because this is a feature that has grown to be super popular, and I love reading responses. So if you guys do want to participate, all that you need to do is leave your answers to these questions in the comment section down below. I love reading them, and then it can also help steer the direction of where the videos will go in the future. So today's question is all about cheat meals. The most specific thing being, how often do you really, not lying here, not how often are you supposed to have a cheat meal, how often do you actually have a cheat meal? Is it once a day? Is it once a week? Is it once a month? Is it once a quarter? Is it only on holidays? What is it? And then the second part of the question is, when you do have your cheat meal, what is your number one go-to? What is the most epic thing that you cannot wait to have when it comes to cheat meal day? So for me personally, I will be honest with you guys and tell you guys that I am having cheat meals way too often currently right now. So often, in fact, that I don't know that I could realistically put a number on it, but if I could, it'd probably be pretty embarrassing. So yes, for my personal standards, I do feel like currently I am pretty fat and happy, and I need to change something about that. So I'm going to be taking probably the next 8 weeks and doing a pretty strict cut, and then trying to go on a schedule of probably about one cheat meal about every 10 days or about 3 times a month, because that'll pretty much cover random holidays, as well as like when you go to like your niece's and nephew's birthday and you don't want to be a jerk and not eat the cake and stuff. And then for me, the second part of the question, without a doubt, is either tacos or burgers. I always come back to either like taco burritos, one of those two, or cheeseburgers. That is what it always comes back to me. I absolutely love pizza. I love a lot of fast food and junk food and ice cream and cookies and candy and all that stuff, but whenever I'm really craving things, it usually comes down to either tacos or cheeseburgers. So if you guys do want to participate, please leave your answers in the comment section down below. And now the rest is all about training. All right, so what you guys have been watching here is my strength giant set for the day, but to be honest with you guys, I'm really not that focused on strength right now because I've started to get back into strongman. Now, I'm not telling you that I'm gonna be jumping into a competition in 2 weeks or anything like that, but I am saying that I'm starting to do the movements again and they feel really good, and it has made me super happy lifting again, so I'm going to continue to do so, and my training is going to look a little bit different. Now, contrary to popular belief, strongman isn't that much about being strong. Yes, of course, you need to be pretty strong, but it's more about technique than people would believe, because all those big, heavy, awkward, cumbersome implements each one has like little tricks that you need to know of how to actually move decent weight with it, and then you need reps upon reps upon reps to make it second nature so that you can do it in a competitive, super heavy, maximum PR type of setting. However, if I am being honest with you guys, strongman movements oftentimes can be more dangerous than a lot of other things just because of the precarious situations that you put your body in. So I don't want to go too heavy right now. I want to make sure that I have my technique dialed in, and right now it is absolutely not. So I'm just trying to bring that back. That's why you guys don't really see me going too heavy on these things. And plus, since I am trying to drop a little bit of body fat right now, you're just gonna see me pushing harder and harder and harder as far as the conditioning and those aspects go. But once I got through my top set, I wanted to switch not really to traditional type of assistance. I wanted to kind of pound conditioning while also trying to get a bunch of reps in. So I decided to go with a lot of EMOM stuff with exercises that kind of will help assist my overhead press. So for my first section, at the top of every minute, for 10 minutes, I chose to pair bodyweight pull-ups with the keg clean and press. Now the keg clean and press is very similar to the Viper press, except it's a little more cumbersome and the sand inside of the keg actually shifts around, so the weight is kind of varying and it makes it a little bit tougher. Now since I only get the remainder of the minute to rest here, I'm trying to move fast, but I'll be honest with you, it is very, very hot and humid, so that keg got very sweaty and slippery fast. The second EMOM section was a sandbag over bar. Now, even though it was only 3 reps at the top of each minute, since I had to sprint around to the other side of the bar each time, that minute absolutely shrank a lot faster than I would like it to, and it got pretty darn tough and I got pretty darn sweaty. Sandbag training is some of the best stuff you can possibly do. If you guys do need help with that, last week I put out a video giving you 7 sandbag workouts that are absolutely brutal that you can add into your current strength regimen that will work you. So if you guys do need help there, or if you guys need just help with the basics of what are all the great things that sandbag training is going to do for you, or how do you make your own sandbag, or just how do you pick these things up, then I have a basic sandbag video, and you can find the links to both of those in the description box down below. The third EMOM section was a very light log Z press, and the reason for this is to really cement in the bar path of where that log actually needs to go above your head, because it feels totally different than a barbell. Number one is because you have a neutral grip, which kind of messes things up, but number two, the log is so big and cumbersome that it can be kind of dicey trying to find the exact point that you need to push to. So doing something like the Z press won't only work your shoulders and is a great assistance exercise, but it will also help you definitely learn exactly where that log needs to go for that balance point so you can push as much weight as you can. And then finally, I saved the most horrible for last, and that is a Zercher yoke carry. Now this is not only horrible because of my Achilles tendon and all the pain that yoke carries bring to that, but the front carry, number one, you can't breathe, you feel like you're gonna pass out. It's literally like you're on a timer where the world is just closing in and you're passing out closer and closer and closer, and then you put it down and the blood comes back into your head and you wake back up and get ready for the second round. So these are absolutely brutal. However, when you want to talk about building up your upper back as well as your posterior chain strength, then you cannot do anything much harder than a Zercher yoke carry, and I absolutely love them. They can be dangerous, you need to be careful with it. However, it is one of the best assistance exercises for just building up your back. So there you guys go. If you could not tell, I'm already dehydrated, and it's probably time for me to stop. So I really enjoyed this training session. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I hope you guys choose to participate in the question of the week. Remember, if you do, just leave your answers in the comment section down below for how often do you honestly take a cheat meal, and when you do take it, what is your epic #1 thing that you always turn to? Also, if you guys are in the market for a new speaker, then definitely check out the Kove Casita. You guys can get to that through the link in the description box down below, and you can save yourselves 67% for the rest of the month by using the code AUDIO67. Thank you so much, Kove, for sponsoring this video and just helping support the channel as often as you do. Guys, I thank you for absolutely everything you guys do. I love doing these videos. I love my life. I love everything about it all, and it would not be possible without each and every single one of you. So I just want to make sure that I say thank you every single video. So guys, I will hopefully catch up with you guys later in the week. Until I do go out to something amazing with you guys, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you guys then.